Okay, we have another caller waiting on the line. Hello. Hello, hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hi. Good, Baruch Hashem. Um, I'm called. We've spoken before, not on the call-in.
Where did we speak?
But
In
about
real
it,
life or on the phone or
yeah, on the phone.
on the
But
phone?
about other completely different things. I don't know if you would
Okay.
even know me from this, like what I
Okay.
called to ask
I
you.
speak to so many people. I don't know if I would necessarily remember it, but okay.
No, no, just but this question took like a long time for me to have courage to ask. I know I usually listen in from the beginning, but I had something else tonight, so I know a few people spoke about their children. So I'm sorry if it's like a repeat. Um, I have a 3-year-old son, and he's adorable, like the love of our lives, like an amazing kid. Ever since before he was even born, really, it's almost like he didn't want to be here. Like when I was expecting him, we were told by our doctors that the pregnancy was not viable,
Okay.
and that we should terminate it. And we went ahead. We asked a lot of like questions, obviously, to our rebellion, and in the end, we were told no, go ahead with it. What they're saying is not true. We switched doctors, and Baruch Hashem, there was a beautiful, healthy baby.
Okay.
Then he turned 6 months old, and he developed, like, for very unknown reasons, he developed, like, very strange symptoms. He stopped eating completely. He stopped sleeping. He lived a life of real chronic pain. Nobody where we lived could figure it out. We actually went to Boston Children's Hospital, which is, like, one of the best in the country, and he was part of, like, many studies there. And he had over 16 surgeries for 2 years just to keep him comfortable. Like, just they were finding different things, and they were doing exploratory work to try and figure out what was going on with him. Um, and basically, he's 3 years old today, almost 4 actually, and he a lot of things have been, figured out here and there. He's been tinkered with a lot, um, but he has a very like residual heaviness to him. We obviously do a lot of therapy. He goes to therapy actually every single day. He has somebody who comes to the classroom with him. Like, he is my entire life. I spend a lot of time trying to keep him happy. Sometimes at night, like before he goes to sleep, like really 2 days ago, he goes to me, I don't like this planet. I don't want to be here.
Hold on a
It's
second.
almost
I'm going
like
to
I always,
interrupt you. I apologize,
yeah,
but he's 3.5, almost 4, and he says to you, and please don't paraphrase. I want to make sure you're. This is a quote. I don't like this planet. I don't want to be here.
yeah. I wish, I mean, I
This is your
actually
this
have
is your only
recorded him.
child, right?
No, I have other children.
Oh, how old are your other children?
I have a 5-year-old and I have a 1-year-old.
Okay. So let me ask you about the 5-year-old, meaning the one who's older than this child. A boy or a girl?
A girl?
A girl. Did she or does she speak like this?
No, no. My other two children are just very like the only reason that I'm able to put so much into this child is because Baruch Hashem, my other two are just so no, he does no.
So
It's
then you
always they're not
understand
like that.
because you have a point. I wanted to make sure you have a point of reference. Okay. I wanted to make sure
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know
that
what
no, and I should have
normal,
said that to you before.
right.
That's why I'm so tortured by it because
So
I
you
know
know
that
it's
this is not.
highly unusual.
Yeah, I do, and
Yes.
I there's like I always feel like I'm dealing with somebody who he's also the basic functioning mechanism, right? What we need to eat
Listen,
and we need to
between
sleep.
you and me,
He
if he
doesn't
were
do
born,
any
if
of it.
this child were born in another century or perhaps even in another decade, he would not be alive. It's only a miracle of modern medicine that he's alive.
Yeah, and
But I'm a
I
strong
always
believer
every
that God knows exactly where and when he sends souls. And this is a soul that normally would be too intense for this world. But God sent
yeah.
this child's soul to the world at a time when medical advancements would be sufficient to keep him in his body.
And to follow what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
This child has never gotten a specific diagnosis,
Correct.
even by the people
You know
who
why?
have treated him.
Because medical diagnoses are all tertiary. They're not even the real condition. Medical diagnoses are a description of a glimmer of a glimmer. They're never the description of the real thing. They're talking about the physiological manifestation of something that is ultimately spiritual. So it's the real condition is existential discomfort with embodiment. That's the real diagnosis.
And I know that you speak a lot about embodiment, and honestly, it's the only explanation of this that has brought me any form of comfort. Like my friends always say to me, I don't understand how you're comfortable with the fact that at the end of the day, you don't have a name for this. Like his stomach stopped working, but then it started working again. His lungs stopped working. And basically everything that they did was just to ease the comfort. And I always picture him like, I don't know, what's that flower? What a dandelion where you like blow out they go scattering in the wind. Like ever since he ever like came into my life, it was me just trying to run after the like those sparks that were flying everywhere. I just always feel like I'm dealing with a soul trapped in a body that is so uncomfortable and doesn't want to be here. And I am a very intuitive person. It is one of my strengths. I do connect very deeply with people and I understand them. And to me, it's living. And obviously this is not something that I discuss with my peers or even my parents, or it's something that's that I keep very close to the chest, that I feel like I'm raising somebody like that, because I don't think it's something that a lot of people really connect to, and I don't blame them for that.
Not only they don't connect to it, it'll upset them. There's no reason to tell them.
No, but it is, at the end of the day, I do go to bed crying sometimes, that I just feel like I'm raising somebody who's so tortured, who it's so hard to keep comfortable. And I was saying before, right? Like, and what do we do here? Like we eat and we sleep and we need that in order to function. This child is almost 4. There is no food that he enjoys. He hates food. He has a feeding therapist who sits with him and tries to get him to eat. He doesn't feel hunger. So if he could go, he has starved for 3 days. Yeah. He doesn't sleep at night. He's up most of the night crying. And it's a very strange thing. I've never heard of it before myself, before he was brought into my life. But to raise a child like that and to stay focused and happy and grounded. And I know that everything that Hashem gives me, I honestly feel, sometimes I feel like it's such a compliment. Like, wow, I can't believe you ever thought that I could even do this.
Yes, that's
it
true.
It taught me a lot, because
it's
I'm
a vote of
somebody
confidence that Hashem picked you to be the mother.
It's the biggest vote of confidence I've ever had. That's what I've turned around and said. But I'm somebody who needs everything so down on paper and so like stamped and here and stable. And this is it's like an unstable atom. Like it's just and it is difficult, but it's very rewarding. And it takes a lot. And I don't know what's the best way to keep him comfortable necessarily. Like I almost feel like I focus so much on his body that I also forget about his soul.
Correct. That's exactly what I was about to tell you. That was exactly what I was about to say, which is, it sounds like you're doing a very good job taking care of his body, and the body is sometimes more obvious. I mean, it's usually more obvious because we see it. But then there's spiritual comfort that he needs. I think you speak to a kid like this completely transparently. You don't hide anything. And you say to him, you know that you're really a soul. We're all really souls. You're not different in that regard. We're all souls. You know that it's difficult for all souls to be in bodies, but God sends us here on a mission for a purpose. Everyone has a mission, has a purpose. That's why we're here. And part of the comfort, and in fact, for a kid like this is much more comforting than physical comfort. Obviously, you should do everything in your power to give him physical comfort, obviously. But I'm saying sometimes what's ultimately going to really make him feel at peace is going to be the spiritual comfort. And I think you have to speak to him very transparently about the fact that souls don't really want to be in the world, but they realize that God needs them to be in the world to accomplish something, and that we accomplish that through the mitzvahs that we do. I mean, you can speak to him about mitzvahs. I mean, do you speak to him about mitzvahs?
So yes, like 2 nights ago when he had said that to me, I don't know, whatever, it was 2 nights or last night. I said he also wakes up a lot during the night. His mind doesn't stop working.
Yeah.
He's like really, he'll ask like random math questions. What's 300 plus 12? Like he doesn't shut off.
Yeah.
And I said to him, you need to be here. Like your neshama needs to be here. I know that it's a crazy thing to say, but
no, it's not crazy at all.
I felt
not
like
crazy at all. No, not crazy
and he
at all.
asked me, he said, what does my neshama need to do? That's what he said. He said, what do I have to do? And I said, Hashem put you here. You have to do. I said, I think you're going to love learning Torah. I think you have the mind for it.
You should start already. You should start already.
So I did that day. I actually took out his olive bina and I started like opening the pages.
Yeah.
And he happens to be very cognitive. You know what they describe? Like, he's had a lot of evaluations obviously done, and they say that he has like a Porsche mind and a jalopy body. Like it's like his mind and his body. And they mean his mind. I view it as his soul, but they're on two different planets.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a very difficult existence. But I'm very glad to hear that. I mean, I'm doing the best that I can, and I think that this, like, it's also an age where they're only starting to get in tune with their surroundings and mitzvos and Torah. But I really hope that
but kid like this,
really
this
could be his comfort here.
This is exactly what he needs. I mean, really, you should be studying deep concepts with him. He's already deep, and his mind is racing. The truth is, he's so philosophical and deep that if you don't feed him with Torah knowledge, he's just going to go off into weird places. So he needs.
That's my fear.
Well, that you have to stay on. You have to stay on his pace.
What would you teach to a child of this age? Like, if you would start with something, what would it be?
Maybe Shara B'Tochen, because it would help him to relax and feel at peace. I would literally take a sefer, Shara B'Tochen, I would learn with the kid.
I'm actually really going to start doing that. It's impossible for him to fall asleep. I'm going to do it with him.
I would like to most kids, you read them, like little kiddie books about, Malki wants to know, is it time for Shabbos yet or whatever. But for him, you read him Shara B'Tochen.
It's very interesting that you suggested that, because when I was going through very difficult times with him in the beginning, when it was like just very frazzled, there's a mashgiach, his name is Rabbi Shais Morgenstern. He's in Yerushalayim. And I kept calling him and I was saying, I'm so depressed. I don't know what to do. And he kept sending a message back that my husband and I should read Shara B'Tochen together.
Oh, there you go.
And I didn't take his advice.
Yet.
And I called him again and he said, no, at the time, though.
Now you did it. Now you did it. Okay, good.
I called him back. I was very chutzpahdik, and I called back, and I said, I'm still not coping. I'm not functioning. And he said, but you didn't. He remembered, and he has hundreds of thousands of people who come to him a day. And he said to me, but you didn't listen to what I said. I told you what to do. So my husband and I, through this entire, ordeal, we started learning it together. It's the one thing that we learned together. And it's the one thing that I make the time for. It's hard right now to be doing much. So I think that it's a beautiful thing to pass on to him.
Yeah.
So
that's so interesting that you all, it's, they say, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is makdim refuah l'makeh, right? The cure comes before the disease. So you and your husband both already studied Shara B'Tochen. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, we just started, I think, for the third time again. It's like something that we just keep doing on a cycle for exactly this reason. So, wow.
And I'll put
really
in
incredible.
A shameless plug for my Shara B'Tochen shiurim that you can watch on YouTube or on SoulWords.org or on your favorite podcast platform.
I do listen on Spotify.
Okay. You listen? Okay, on Spotify. Shara B'Tochen. I forget what my podcast is called, but if you know, Yeah, if you know how to find it, great. And
Yes.
yeah.
And
Okay.
there's some great ones about emuna and anxiety. And
Yeah,
those got me through that's how I found you.
Oh, very good.
Actually, that's actually, now that I'm thinking, that's
That was
how
the
I
first
found
video
you.
that you found of mine. That's great. And now
Yeah.
you're here. You made it through the pipeline.
Yes,
The funnel.
I'm here. So, yes.
Yeah.
So thank you. That was very uplifting. I really appreciate it.
Okay. Listen, lots of nachas from all of your precious children. And yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. This is a special job here that you've been given. And Hashem should give you strength.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay. Be well. Be well.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye. Wow. Amazing. That's really. Hey, so this is an excerpt from the Thursday night live call-in show where people call me up with their real life issues and we try to work it out together. If you want to watch the full episode of the full call-in show with all of the spontaneous stuff, click here, right here.